Hi, everybody. It's November 24, 2019. I want to thank my subscriber for sending this along to me. Deformed fish with tumors in Florida waters cause concern among anglers.
A lot of us tournament anglers fish for largemouth bass out here on the lake.
Jason Blair believes he knows Lake Okeechobee from top to bottom. He's been fishing these waters for years.
That's where I keep all the fish food.
But now the catch of the day is catching his attention for reasons that he says are terrifying.
Week after week, day after day, we're pulling out more of these damaged fish with tumors and burn marks on their sides, and it's just a terrible thing. Tumors on the fish is definitely unusual. It's something that I've never seen before until the last couple months in these heavily sprayed areas. Now,
Photos of fish with tumors, large lesions and deformities, anglers say are stomach churning. Blair, who's planning to protest Florida Wildlife and Fish Commission, believes the agency's chemical spraying on Lake Okeechobee is to blame.
they're out here every day spraying and spraying and spraying, and all that stuff is just coating the bottom of the lake with muck and mud.
But FWC officials say those chemicals are needed to control the spread of non-native invasive plants, which pose navigational problems. They say the chemicals undergo years of evaluation. As for the deformed fish, FWC tells CBS 12 News lesions in fish are not uncommon and are often caused naturally by secondary infections as a result of a physical injury.
It's a sad situation we have here on Lake O, and we're going to bring attention to whoever we need to make this stuff stop. So
now the fisherman tells me
Well,
that he will not.
Okay, it's unfortunate that a lot of people believe what their authorities tell them, what the federal agencies are saying. Oh, these chemicals, well, they go under years and years and years of evaluation before we use them. Really? You gonna believe that horse shit? Okay. Physical injury brings about this sickness, these tumors. Physical injury. The fish, what, are, I don't know, swimming into rocks or something? Physical injury. It's horrifying what man is doing to this earth. Really horrifying. Insects continue to decline. Vanishing world. Well, yeah. Humans destroying Earth's biosphere. Yeah, with such tremendous ferocity, it's vanishing before our eyes. A lot of people will claim it's climate change. They believe the lie. And it's not. It's... What did he say? What was he saying? All of the spraying that he sees on a daily basis over these waters in Florida. Well, aren't we seeing spraying all over? Yeah, we sure are. This was the 21st of November, Anderson, South Carolina. Our sky here could not be more artificial, but do people pay attention? No. Do people care? No. No. So they're spraying an awful lot of toxic chemicals and heavy metals into the atmosphere, and all life is dying. It's not just this spraying that's killing off life. Electromagnetic frequencies, artificial electromagnetic frequencies induced into the atmosphere, into our homes, everywhere. That's also killing off a lot of life. Those two factors, the aerosol spraying and the electromagnetic frequencies, are destroying this planet. Ferocity, is that a exaggeration? Not at all. Not at all. But do people care? No. Most people don't care. It's very hard to see this on a daily basis, to see all the fabulous colors in our sky that make very obvious that something is wrong here, right? But most people just don't even pay attention. All of the microwaves, all of the ripples, you've got black clouds, you've got white clouds, you've got gray clouds sitting in the sky right next to one another. Then you have all of this, the pink and the purple and the blue, and that's from our charged atmosphere. Ionization. An ionized atmosphere now. 24/7. That allow them to grow clouds, will allow an awful lot of destruction. I see this pretty much on a daily basis here, and no one's talking about it. We live this surreal Kafkaesque world, and you know, you just walk around and it's like you can't talk to anybody because they don't want to hear it and they don't care, and you're left alone trying to, you know, keep yourself balanced, keep yourself okay, and meanwhile, life is dying. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that kind of pisses me off. You like that? You like these right-angled cutouts of the sky? Like all of the different weird clouds that you're seeing? Look at all of this. The pink, the yellow, the blue, the black. And we're breathing all of this in. And people think that this is actually just a normal sky. How is it that they cannot see what is happening here? They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. They want to pretend that everything is just hunky-dory. And that's killing life, you know? It's... that is killing life. All the people who don't want to acknowledge that something is very wrong with our environment. When they don't acknowledge reality, they pretend reality is different from what is reality. They manufacture their own reality. That allows more killing of life. I don't know what to do anymore. Even the awake, you know, I had yet another experience with this quote-unquote awake person who showed me that she's all about herself, does not care at all about what is taking place. So into herself that I don't even want to see her at all, because it just, the mere existence of her presence is enough to make me really angry. You know, another person who pretends to care, who is, you know, all about, you know, working on herself and doing this and doing that, and then you get to meet him and it's a joke. People are a joke. I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling the effects. The trees are feeling the effects. All life is feeling the effects. And you have people, you can tell, you know, just by their responses, their behavior, that they separate themselves from nature itself. They're so disconnected, not only from nature, they're even disconnected from their own self. They don't have the awareness to understand that people actually see them for who they are. They lie. They like to, present themselves as just, oh, I'm just a fabulous human being. And they're not. Oh, I care. And yeah, this one was yet another Christian. A Bible reading Christian. It's a joke. It's a joke. To watch this behavior in this one individual who is awake, quote unquote, it's so into herself, she can't even see who she's hurting. And then when they bring that to her attention, there's an anger. How dare you call me out? Just let me be whoever I am. While I get to, slap these labels on myself, call myself all this stuff, and it's a flippin' joke. The hypocrisy is so intense. Look at these colors. Nice, isn't it? Lovely. Lovely. What's happening up here, it's not just up here. It's all over. Down where we are walking. We're breathing in toxic chemicals and heavy metals. We're affected by these frequencies, high frequencies, extremely low frequencies, microwaves. We are affected by it all, and it's killing us. And nobody cares. So when you hear people that claim, oh, life is precious. Really? Okay. Yet another thing to just say, which is such another statement of like, gag me with a spoon, please. Microwaves. Pulsating microwaves when the camera goes out of focus. This is what we live. This is what we're living in. So unbelievably toxic that it's... So when you come across, all of the articles on other species dying, species beaching themselves, whales and dolphins and mass animal die-offs, which I'm going to read some of the latest mass animal die-offs. The spraying here in Anderson, South Carolina at night has been increasing quite a bit. And it's every friggin' day. Every friggin' day. We see this. And most people just want to, believe that, hey, it's either not there, or it's no problem, or they're doing something to, save us. They're protecting us from something. Oh, be a child. Be a child and believe your abusive mommy and daddy. Really. So, every time you see the camera going out of focus, those pulsating frequencies are incredibly dangerous, and they affect every cell in your body, but they also affect all of the cells in all living things. All living things. So this was yesterday. Really? Okay. Alrighty. Our sky that nobody... I mean, we should be hearing screams from people We should be hearing people, braking, hitting the brakes in their car, the cars screeching to a halt, people jumping out of their cars and looking at the sky and saying, what the hell is that? And nope. No. Not a peep do you hear. Try to have conversation with people. They either think you're crazy. I get 3 responses. Either I'm crazy, or I'm completely ignored. I'll bring it up and no one will say anything. Or I don't want to hear it, I don't care. Okay, well, I guess these people feel absolutely fine with being complicit with the die-off of this planet. I'm not. I'm really not fine at all with it. So, what do we have? We've got our insects dying. Vanishing world insects. More than 75% decline over 12 years in total flying insect biomass in protected areas. Germany, severe decline in insect populations. Electromagnetic frequencies impair cognitive and motor abilities of honeybees. Insects, very important. Very important. We don't have insects, we die. The bees, the insects, the pollinators, all that stuff. The trees that clean our air, our natural air filter, they're dying. You want to see some of my trees here? And let's see, yesterday we had this bizarre rain all day. This is a tree outside my apartment. And yes, for me, it's heartbreaking to see this. It's heartbreaking. I see it every single day. I've brought it to the attention, of people who live around here. Brought it to the attention of the property manager. Trees are dying. There's no appropriate response anymore. There's just none. And people walk around, they don't notice. These trees are suffering. They are suffering. Sorry, I was in my car and it was raining and I was just trying to get... But look at all of the fungal disease, which has increased incredibly over this past year. We're breathing in all of this. What you see on the tree affects you. But there's such a disconnect with people. And so many human beings think that they're the only ones who feel. No other species on the planet feels anything. Well, I'll tell you, these trees feel. They feel sick. They are dying. It's glaring. Right there is the evidence. I'm sick. I'm dying. And the trees are saying, what the hell are you doing to us? What the hell are you doing to us? The trees here in this apartment complex where I live have the fungal diseases out of control. Out of control. Oh, and it's not just on the trees. It's all over. It's on the apartments. It's on the wood fences. It's on the sidewalk. Yes. We even have black mold in the apartment, in my apartment, in other apartments. I mean, it's... So, we're being killed off. And everybody, you know, is like... I've been hearing from a lot of you. I know that you're having great difficulty living what you're living. No matter what country. Pet friendly too. What a joke that is. Oh my God, the drama here regarding the feral cats, it's like, it's nonstop. Nonstop. You know, the human being is so they have this ability to just create unnecessary drama all the time, which is so draining. They never want to, you know, look at the real drama that, hey, life is dying here on this planet. And it's you know, kind of important. No, I'm going to make up crap via gossip or just talking about people. Yeah, my videos are, well, not very good. This is one of my... I love this cat. This was during the summer. I believe the start of August, like the first week in August. Yeah, she just follows me around meowing. We have conversations. And you know, the lies are really hard to take. Let's consume so much time with lies and gossip and crap. And let's ignore the really important issues that we face. I don't know what, I don't get people at all. I don't get it. It's sad what we have become. You know, and I never got to post the video in August, but look at all the leaves. Leaves were coming off the trees in August. First week, I noticed a pile of leaves coming down from these trees. And you drive around here, virtually every tree is now covered with fungal disease. Look at all of these leaves. Look at these. Everything's dying. You know, some areas are worse than others. So this area, Anderson, South Carolina, it's bad. It's bad. I can't ignore. Every day I feel like I'm just existing on this death planet, you know, and It just never stops. August. August. So, all of the spraying, they're spraying fungi, and they're trying to maintain whatever health you have. You know, an awful lot of people I'm hearing from are really now quite sick. The cats now have an awful lot of symptoms, many of them. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming because many of us are doing this completely alone and can't get out of the nightmare that we live in real life on a daily basis, and we're alone in it. And I have heard from a lot of you that you have no support, that you have no outlet, and I know what that feels like. And then you finally, have, the promise of it, the hope of it, because you've met someone, oh my God, they're awake. And then you just get betrayed. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, my apartment complex and all the trees. Now, and trees are coming down. And there's such a disconnect between what you're looking at, a very diseased tree with a very weak immune system, a weak tree, you got a little bit of wind, and the trees are coming down, and guess what? They're going through the roofs of apartments here. But let's not do anything about it. Let's not face the problem that the trees are having. Let's just repair and then wait for the next tree to come down on another apartment. Look, I don't know about you. All I know is when I look at this, it hurts me. And I don't think I'm mentally ill because I am aware of and sensitive to the fact that no, it's not just the two-legged that suffers. But this suffering is brought about not because the tree is not thinking positively. It's brought about because man is dumping an awful lot of very toxic ingredients into the atmosphere that comes down, gets into their root system, and gets them sick. So they get to, hey, scream out, I'm sick, and all the two-leggeds ignore, don't care. But that's how the two-leggeds are with the other two-leggeds. You don't care about the tree, you don't care about much. You know, you can't, there's not a separation between the two-legged and all other life. Researchers have identified how naval sonar is killing and beaching whales. Yeah. We have known for a long time that Navy or naval sonar has devastating effects on marine life, but just exactly how it leads to sickness and death was a mystery till now. New research published in the Proceedings of the Royal Society B, they discovered that the sound emitted by sonar is so intense that marine mammals will swim hundreds of miles, dive deep into the abyss, or even beach themselves to flee from the sounds that are literally unbearable to them. But what do we hear? Mainstream media, oh, it's a mystery, it's a mystery, it's a mystery, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. From the 60s onwards, whales washing up on beaches became a very common occurrence. The paper recently published is a summary of what was discussed at a 2017 meeting of beaked whale experts in the Canary Islands, and revealed that sonar distresses beaked whales so often that the marine mammals ended up with nitrogen bubbles in their blood, very similar to what divers would call decompression sickness or the bends. The nitrogen can cause hemorrhaging and damage to whales' vital organs. And guess what? The U.S. Navy is doing this in 75% of the Earth's oceans. So why are we having these mass die-offs all over the place? You heard that angler, the burns on the fish, where are they coming from? Could it be electromagnetic frequencies? Of course it could be. This is the study, by the way. Advances in research on the impacts of anti-submarine sonar on beaked whales. Yeah. How nothing ever gets resolved. Everything just gets worse. The stress response, in other words, overrides the diving response, which makes the animals accumulate nitrogen. It's like an adrenaline shot. So when that sonar goes off, the beaked whales dive so fast to get away from it that they accumulate nitrogen. Mass animal deaths for 2019. 21st of November, 45,000 pigs plus, 45,000 plus pigs dead due to swine fever in Philippines. 20,000 plus pigs dead due to swine fever in Romania. Are they unleashing swine flu? Have they unleashed something that they're killing off all of these animals? 21st of November, 130,000 plus salmon die. Canada. 15th of November, massive scallop die-off. Unprecedented. New York, America. 12th of November, thousands of migratory birds found dead. A mystery. India. 12th November, massive die-off of scallops. A mystery. China. 12th of November, 200 elephants dead due to drought in Zimbabwe. Well, man can make it rain, so why do they have drought? Large die-off of fish, Indonesia. Hundreds of dead fish found. A mystery, Italy. 600 dead rats, plus dead fish and birds, found washed up on beach, Westport, New Zealand. 4,000 pigs due to African swine fever, Indonesia. 37 migratory birds found dead, India. Mass die-off of sardines, Vietnam. Hundreds of dead fish continue to wash up, Marco Island, Florida. 10 tons of fish die in a river, Vietnam. 20 million oysters die off this summer, Japan. Dozens of pelicans found dead, Morocco. Hundreds of koala bears dead, due to the fires in Australia. And it goes on and on. Come over, take a look at this site. Year after year. 500 million bees have died during 3 months in just 4 states in Brazil. Warning of collapse of agriculture. And we have a collapse of agriculture. Oh wait, and China has a collapse of agriculture. We've got a collapse of agriculture all over the world. But let's wait for those indictments to finally manifest. Yeah, that's comments I recently got under a video showing, that you're watching a staged play. I provide evidence that maybe Trump is not who the Trump supporters think he is. And what do I get? I get slammed, of course. Yeah. Because I'm not following Q-Anon. And I don't understand that those indictments are coming. Well, who gives a shit anyway? Do you really think that those indictments are going to stop what is now a rapid acceleration of this new world reshaping of ours taking place? But we've got a whole lot of life suffering. So where are your priorities? Just watching Q and watching what's happening in Washington, D.C., while you ignore all the rest of what is taking place. But it's not just the two-legged. Millennials are on track to die faster than Gen X. Why? Well, because their health is declining. Could it be the toxins in our environment? All of them. All of the pesticides, the electromagnetic frequencies, the spraying of dangerous metals and chemicals. And, there's a long list of what they are spraying. Baby boomers. Here are the years of the generations. But yeah, millennials are experiencing their physical and mental health decline at a faster rate than those from Generation X. We are dying off too. You can't get people to care about that either. Clemson. Counseling services struggle to keep up with the demand. So an awful lot of people are depressed and anxious. And they live, these college students are on universities where the frequencies that they are subjected to on a 24/7 basis are so high. And counseling services at these universities can't even keep up with the demand because these kids are experiencing an awful lot of symptoms. But they're not attributing it to the environment in which they are living. So yeah, major depression on the rise among everyone. People are depressed, and that's in every generation, are experiencing anxiety, experiencing a lot of physical symptoms, experiencing an awful lot of angst about, I know something is very wrong with our world, but I don't want to pay attention to what really is wrong. I don't want to get to the root cause. I'm just going to believe that it's climate change. And somewhere in the subconscious, a whole lot of people know that they are just believing horseshit and lies. Somewhere in that subconscious of theirs, they understand that there's an attack against all life. But they want to ignore it. And that disconnect, the disintegration, the never doing any work to integrate their own self, to recognize their part in the ecosystem, that they're not separate from what they see going on, that causes a lot of angst within the individual, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. They're not their true self. So when you're not your true self, you experience a lot of symptoms. And if you're not recognizing that a lot of that stuff is happening because you're not an integrated human being, then you'll waddle off, go get medication for those symptoms that those experts are telling you you need. You need this medication, you'll feel better. You might feel better, you might feel some relief quickly, but then it'll turn on you and make matters worse. And that's what we're seeing all over the world with people who are not attending to the reality of their own self, the reality of the environment that they live in. And it is deeply upsetting to see this, because you know that without people facing the truth, without their own truth as well as the collective truth, without people facing reality, there's going to be more. It'll just continue. It'll go on and on and on. All links are below.